This is my video of my watch collection. Starting off on the left here with the Steinhardt Ocean One, the version 2 with the ETA 284 movement. The thing I like about this watch is it's actually got the correct diving depth, unlike the version 1 with the darker dial, which has 200 meter diving, when it's actually, both watches have got 300 meter diving depth. The idea was that version 1 would be faithful to the Rolex Milsub it's based on, which also is 200 meter diving. Good loom on this watch. Next watch along is the Steinhardt Ocean One Red, same movement, same depth diving, but it's got the added date complication. Again, very nice watch for the money. Nice stiff bezel. It's got a slight blue tint to the sapphire crystal. The Milsub Ocean One, that also has slight blue tint to the sapphire crystal. Next Steinhardt along is the Ocean One Vintage, a bit more expensive. This one, I think these are retailing for about £380 at the moment, £380. Got a slightly different bezel. The other two watches are retailing for about 300. Nice loom on it, for more of a radium style dial. But same movement, no crown guards though. The next watch along is the NWC Military Watch Company watch, which has not got such a good bezel. It's about a third cheaper than the £300 Steinharts I've just showed. It's got a Seiko NH35A movement, 21,600 beats per hour, unlike the 28,800 beats per hour of the Steinharts. So it's not as nice a watch, but it's got a very nice loom on it, Luma Bright. Next watch along is the Omega Seamaster 600, 301 movement, manual wind, 9,800 beats per hour, slightly more jerky than the MWC watch. Nice dress watch, made in 1965, excellent timekeeper. Picked this one up fairly inexpensively, £280. I've seen them sold in a nice watch shop on the Strand in London for over 1,100, so you can pay a lot more than I paid for it, which was about 3 years ago. But you shouldn't be paying more than £400 for these watches. 400 to 500 now, you know. Any more than about 600 is way too much. Still a lot of them about, a lot were made. Back to the MWC. As I say, this has got a 25 jewel Seiko movement in it. So even though they're put together in Zurich in Switzerland, they use cheaper Seiko movements, but it keeps the price down. These movements are just as nice as ETA movements, but a lot cheaper. Next watch along is the Pulsar. Now, this chrono is a watch that is no longer made. It was produced for the British military. They did a civilian version and a military version. The military version has got the little L under the 100 meters. I did it in two colours, green and dark grey. Mainly the military seem to have had the dark grey version, certainly the Army Air Corps and RAF. I've seen a number of serving personnel using the dark grey version, so it's a nice watch. Pulsar, of course, owned by Seiko, so good quality watch. For when these were new, you could pick them up for under £100. Probably about that now second hand. if you can find one, but the military versions will be a lot more expensive, probably twice that at least. Next watch along is the Seiko BFK, it's known as Big Freaking Kinetic. It's got a really nice smooth, one of the smoothest bezels I've come across. Really nice dial, excellent loom, really good timekeeper. Kinetic, of course, one of the downsides is you have to wear it a lot to keep it fully charged. If you don't keep it fully charged, the battery life will be reduced, so I wear this one every day at some stage just to make sure that I keep the charge up. That's one of the downsides of kinetic watches, unfortunately. Next Seiko along is Solar. It's a chrono. Of course, with it being solar powered, you just need to keep it in the light to keep it fully charged. Again, it's got a rechargeable capacitor inside it, so it extends the battery life. I've had this about 3 years, and there's no reason to not think that this could easily last 10, maybe 15 years before it need a change. But sending it back to Seiko wouldn't be a good idea. I know some high street jewellers will change the capacitor for you. It's a lot cheaper option, probably cost you about 30 or 40 quid for a high street shop to do it, but Seiko would probably charge you 100, 150, so it doesn't make it economical to send it back to Seiko if it ever needs changing. The same with the kinetic watch, same sort of capacitor. Next is a Seiko diver's watch that I bought in 1992, quite expensive at the time, £250 I seem to remember. I've had a lot of battery changes in the time that I've had it. Also it's needed a new date wheel and a new crown, but other than that it's been pretty good, excellent timekeeper, but the loom is now faded quite severely, and as you can see the bezel is very scratched, but still quite smooth runner. The next watch along is the Tudor Pelagos. It's running the 2824, so it's the version 1. They're not making them at the moment anymore. With the ETA movement, it's all in-house now. I think these watches have become more desirable over time because they're only made in limited numbers. A particularly nice dial, nice on the wrist, so it's titanium. It's got a very strap that does micro adjustments when you're wearing it, so it feels very nice on the wrist. So yeah, 10 watches in my watch collection. Hope you like the video.